Okay. Some people sometimes manage to just catch the stream, but I don't think that'll happen today because I didn't say we were doing this in advance. But for the purposes of a VOD, hello. This is our playthrough of Entropy 02. I'll do an actual introduction in a second once I've done all the pings and everything. Right, copy video URL. Put that there. And put this one here. And put this one here. Put it out on Twitter. Put it on YouTube community post. There's Cotronics, who I will add as moderator. There we go. Now you can check if people are doing anything saucy. Right.
Sauce.
Sauce, indeed. Let me grab this open. So I can have the stream chat open whilst I'm here. Okay. And then I'll just post this in a couple of other servers real quick. Hello. Wow, okay. The phone chat is accurate. The web browser chat is not even slightly accurate. Hello there, Unknown Animator, Mario, Vittorio, Crispia. Wow, people are tuning in now. I don't know what's going on with the stream thing, but it still says we've got 0 watches on my phone. That's clearly not true, but hello everybody. I'm just posting this in a few other Discords real quick, and then we'll be getting underway. I'm really excited to do this, honestly, but I'll save the actual introduction for a sec. Obviously, this will be uploaded as a VOD at some point. So yeah. I'll put this in general discussion. As we are now streaming Entropy 02. Obviously, I work on both, but I am super excited to stream Easy 2 as I've made an effort to actually not play through the mod all in one go very much, so I can experience the finished product like everyone else. If you want to hear some developer thoughts from myself as we play, you can tune in here. I'll put that in there as well, and then I'll put this in the, I guess in the Lambda generation community tab. Probably makes sense. Right, okay. So, put that in there, and let's kick this shit off. Hello everybody. Now we're gonna play the video game. Cool. This is gonna be the official kind of start of the VOD. Just so everybody knows, I actually worked on this. I did a lot of assets. In fact, there's quite a lot of them on the screen right now. But I did a lot of assets for this. I also did a bit of voice acting here and there, some animating, some other shit. I'll probably just talk about my stuff as it comes up. Obviously, you know, I mostly work on RTBR, but this has been an incredible 4 years of my life working on Entropy 02 as well. I've played through it twice, once in 2020, once in 2021. The mod was very different every time. And I've been told from some of the testers, like Cotronics, who is joining me here today.
Hello.
Who tests for RTBR and is our golden tester, who catches so many issues that you would not believe. And then also, he did a lot of testing for Entropy 02 as well. I'm told it's really quite different again, from everything I've heard, and I'm looking really forward to this. Yeah, cool. Let's get started. We're playing on hard difficulty. This is the 1.0 release. Let's go. Just to clarify though, this is not a developer Q&A on Entropy 02 specifically, because I can't answer every single question. And because although I worked on this mod, I am not the lead developer of Entropy 02, and so I'm not going to answer questions on Breadman's behalf. He hasn't said, "Hey, you can answer on my behalf," and all of that. That's not what this is. This is me, like a fan, streaming the mod, and because I worked on it, I'm going to give some feedback as well. And some ideas, and you'll hear a bit. Alright? So you can ask me questions here and there. If I see a question I think I can answer, then I will answer it, but otherwise I'm just going to leave it be, alright? Just so you know.
Should I read
Hello.
questions up? Hello, SCP.
Hello, CP. Yeah, you can read questions out. Also, I'm streaming in the RTBR development Discord, so they might drop in now and then and say, "Hey, Craddock, what are you up to?" But just yeah.
Doesn't matter. I've got friends in high places. You know that.
Is Arctic going to be similar in RTBR compared to EZ2?
I think EZ2 is one of the best iterations of the Arctic in a mod ever. So probably.
My favorite thing I think about the Arctic levels is that even though they are at night, it is quite bright because of the clear skies and everything else. You know, reflective snow and ice makes it brighter logically, so it's still quite bright during the night.
Yeah.
And since RTBR has a problem with, dark areas, that should help some, I would say.
Ironically, the only place it'll be daytime, maybe in RTBR, is the Arctic. It will be so bright your eyes will hurt. That's the idea. Right.
Man, I really love this opening. It really sets the mood for the rest of the mod.
I think so as well. I'm just putting some links with my family because sometimes they like to watch these streams.
Is MP5 and EZ2 going to be the same in RTBR?
No. Same model actually as RTBR's. EZ2 uses a couple of things from RTBR that I just kind of gave them. I don't want to spoil, so I just want to specify in advance, guys, that this is not going to be a stream where I'd like everybody to be spoiling constantly.
Yeah, we are gonna try keep it spoiler free.
Yeah, so I've sent over the links now, but basically I'm going to talk about things as they come up. Obviously I know all the major spoilers still, in fact I made some of them, but I'm not going to talk about everything as it comes up, and I'd appreciate the people in the chat who have already played and who know it. If you can keep it a little bit on the down low for everybody else who hasn't seen it yet, that would be nice. Alright, and then just ask me questions as they come up as relevant. Stuff that's been shown in public release material in any case is completely fine. So for example, you can ask me about the MP5K because it's been shown in a lot of trailers and stuff, so that's fine by me.
Jehovah says that he guesses that the Borealis for RTBR Div 1.2 was made for Entropy 02 first, and that is indeed correct.
That is indeed correct, yep. And then, so there's a couple of cases where I gave something from RTBR to Entropy 02. There's one or two cases where I made something for Entropy 02, and then I asked Breadman if it'd be fine if I repurposed it in RTBR, and he said that's fine. So that is indeed the case with the Borealis. It is remade in RTBR a bit with a different color scheme and a different license plate.
I think whoever decided to include Arbite was probably Breadman.
Yeah.
Right after our shift. Don't tell me that your brain's gone to don't remember.
I really love how in the intro it shows that a lot of the Metro Pops have a lot of personality.
This is why nobody likes you. You root and expect to be bailed out. Fuck you. Fine. Guess I'll keep my credits if you're gonna be like that.
These animations are custom by Blixerbomb, by the way. He did a lot of custom stuff here.
You still haven't gotten that perk yet? Surprising, considering you were the chief's favorite.
This is... I think that's Oseki. Off the top of my
Yes,
head.
that is Oseki.
Yeah, that's Oseki. So, RTBR's Alex voice actress also voices this female cop here.
You promoted a lot faster if you let them scrap your brain.
So, yeah.
Improve your attitude.
That's RTBR's Alex. She was not on Entropy 02 proper. We were talking about stuff in this sequence, and someone said, wouldn't it be cool if there was some femme cops? Now Leadhead is voicing a cop over there, so there's already one. But I also said, yeah, I could just ask Oseki if she'd like to do some. And so she has. So there you go. If you want to hear our Alex voice actress, you can also hear her here in Entropy 02, voicing a cop. I wonder who this guy
I don't
is.
know who.
3650.
I don't know most people here, honestly, who voices them.
F12 doesn't make you smart. It makes you reckless.
Hey, guess who that one is, guys? Guess who that one is?
Huh. I can't recognize it. I can't pinpoint it, you know.
It's the only British Metro Cop for some reason.
It's actually not the only British Metro Cop.
Well, I think it's the one with the most noticeable accent. At
It
least.
is the one with the most notable accent, yeah, but one of Breadman voices one of these cops.
Yes, British people
That's
don't
Leadhead.
exist.
That's Leadhead's
Does
boyfriend.
1UP and Blix voice cops as well?
The teacher's pay is free.
That's someone. There's a couple of people here who I know are voicing cops, but I don't actually know what their voice sounds like. I think Richter Overtime is voicing one of these. I'm not 100%
I
sure.
think so. I've heard about that. Yeah.
That might be 1UP. Oh, I don't know.
Don't you know somebody to suck up to somewhere else?
Yeah, that's Hoseki again, I think. 1UP does voice one of these. Just can't remember which one. Don't worry about it.
I'd say go read the new regs instead of annoying me, but that would imply you've got any kind of literacy. Go bother someone else. I'm tracking changes to the site's call signs.
This guy is called Rule Cop, just so you know.
I do like that animation the most, like that clipboard reading. It's just nice.
Wait, do all Metro Cops here have names?
Yeah. In a manner of speaking. I think some of them might, like that one might just be called Lead Cop, for example. Because that's Leadhead voicing them.
These assholes are buggers.
I see.
Better keep your voice down. I think that's 3650.
That's Leadhead. Leadhead's boyfriend.
Memory replacement, huh? What?
That's not Leadhead.
Yeah, that one's Leadhead.
Oh,
That one's Leadhead's boyfriend. Why did we add female Metro Cops to RTBR? Thought it'd be cool.
yeah, it's that simple.
It's literally that simple. It's like, you know, it'd be cool for variety's sake if there was like, you know, it's just like it's just a world building detail, right? Because the female citizens have have the same lines as males about you know, joining the civil protection, right? And we were re-recording all the fucking lines anyway with CW, so it was like, you know, I just asked Hoseki, again, our Alex voice actress, if she was up for it, and she went, yeah. So she just recorded like 350 Metrocop lines. So how about that?
Just casually.
Something on your suit. Season 36 has a poop taste. You'll be tasting my blood if you don't shut up.
Aperture references in RTBR? Maybe, but in RTBR's universe, Portal looks like the... That's Breadman, by the way.
Right.
That's what I mean by there is one other British cop. That's it.
Yeah. He has like very few lines, so I kind of forgot. So I don't think you can interact with him again afterwards, like the rest of the cops.
Yeah, he only has a couple. Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting to make some aperture references in RTBR, but keeping in mind RTBR's aperture would be like the beta aperture, probably. So
like the prospect style, yeah.
yeah, probably. I think that's what Clatter said he wants anyway. If we do
Yeah,
one.
that's my headcanon.
Anyway, there's the MP5K that we'll see more of later. Let's say same model as from RTBR, but will not function the same. As I say, this one somewhere Snorri would be nice.
26, you reckon the District 6 killer needs an accomplice? I feel like you'd fit right in. Whatever. Even as a king sucker, watch your mouth. You lost big stuff.
Get lost, big stuff.
You just got busy. Good luck finding
So I love this just because of the resourceful use of the cover animation.
Yeah.
It's very smart.
I appreciate the hard work you do on these things.
That one's Blix. I didn't actually know that one was Blix, but I can hear it. That is Blix. Oh, the
Yeah,
old
because
Asia one.
that one has like the quietest, like most mild voice.
Yeah, and that's Blix is pretty softly spoken. Are the old HO1 models you get from Zen Grenades going to appear at Eli's? No, we have our own models of most of those pickups.
Yeah,
The syringe.
those were pretty recent as well, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, they were one of the most recent things I did.
Oh, is that 28?
Yes.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
28, maybe.
The metric cup that's going to appear in another Entropy Zero mod. Right?
Yes, yes, it is. It is.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh yeah. Okay, I don't know that off the top of my head. Sorry.
No worries.
I know about one or two other Entropy Zero mods. I know about Uprising, for example.
Oh
Well,
yeah, it's
that's
the
the one
Uprising
that's gonna
one.
have 28.
Oh, that is. Oh, okay. It's also been a while since I worked on Uprising, so I did help with Uprising as well, which is cool. But yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
cool that in Entropy Zero 2 it pays homage to like Entropy Zero Uprising with that character.
I'd like to say that I will be able to trigger all the find and trigger all the assets I made, but I can't remember all the assets I made. So, but that's why I have Clat, who can remember everything I've ever done. So, Clat can be like, no, Kralik, in this chapter there's something important you forgot.
Well, I do know something that you don't, but we'll see. Have we heard of Prospect Zero?
Yes.
I do believe so.
Yeah, I've heard of Prospect Zero.
Prospect Zero was really cool.
Non-spoiler story elements you added in Entropy Zero 2. I'd say I actually made the assets for probably, or had a hand in the assets for all the biggest spoilers in the game.
Yeah.
I pretty much did. So that's what I mean by the fact that, although I've made an effort to be.
Let's not talk during this part.
Yeah, this is a very story-heavy mod, so there are going to be times when it's probably just better for me to shut up for a minute and you listen.
They're gonna throw away everything I've worked for. I won't let them.
Okay, I have already as well redone some of my keybinds.
I'm innocent. It wasn't me. She was taken from me.
I don't think there's a... I'm just trying to see what else there is in here.
Sadly, there isn't a good ending in Entropy Zero. Like in this part. for the Metro Cops.
We have thought about that a little bit because it kind of would be interesting if there was a way around that problem. But yeah.
It won't happen again, I swear. Say that it does at 3650. This will affect your performance. You will have to make up for your lost credits. Of course. I'll double my rounds. Lucky for you, you're worth 5 of those guys. I'm gonna put you on island duty for a while. Get you away from these city cops. The outlaws. Okay. Make up the credits. Then we can talk.
Someone raised an interesting possible law point, I think, on the Entropy Zero Discord about what if because they were all underperforming and they knew that Bad Cop could kill him, they set up that whole the squad leader set up that whole thing.
Oh,
Which could
that would be quite devious.
quite a devious lick by that squad captain, if you ask me.
Interesting.
I like all the theories that come out of it, especially later parts where it's gonna get even more subjective due to reasons.
Clear this place nice and quick. Razor train will arrive in about 10 minutes. It's gonna pull up right next to the main building. The cargo goes on the train, and then we head back to 17. Clear?
How long did you work on Easy 2 Coke?
Go back.
4 years.
That brings us a lot closer.
So basically since its inception almost.
Screw
Almost.
this up.
It was going a couple months before I jumped on.
Yeah.
I'm innocent.
Did you also work on the first one?
I did not. No, I did not. The first one is was one of my favorite Half-Life mods of all time, and now this is one of my favorite Half-Life mods of all time.
The first game was a solo effort and then was improved by contributors later through
Yeah.
updates.
Some of my stuff will probably end up being back in it by reverse, because I did a lot of generic things for Entropy Zero 2, which might make their way back in Entropy Zero 1, like world models and view models and stuff like that, so that might make its way back in. But yeah.
They used to tell me it wasn't normal to be like me.
I wonder how this effect was done.
Locked me up, medicated me, outcasted me. People took everything from me because of the way I am.
John says if only they had a third-person animator.
My family, my morality.
I think full body awareness would be pretty sweet for Easy 2 at least.
Then came the Combine.
Will your work on Easy to help you to prepare better for Division 5?
I didn't do Arctic stuff specifically for EZ2. I did a lot of like assets that aren't really like locale specific. Like they're very, like as I say earlier, I did assets that are very important for major story points in Entropy Zero 2.
Some would say
I can't talk about any of them until they come up, because otherwise it will spoil something massive. That's just the nature of the work I mostly did for Entropy Zero 2. And of really like mod work in general, right? You know, no spoilers in advance. What Entropy Zero 2 did actually allow me to do a lot more than I do on RTBR is make assets from scratch, and so I got practice there to a point where I now do sometimes make assets from scratch for RTBR. Wasn't really good enough to be batting with our modelers on RTBR when I first started at EZ2. I now kind of am, and I do handle some props in RTBR as well. So
Have you
yeah.
seen this new sequence yet with the Elite?
Yeah, I have seen this one.
I've only seen it like fucking few days ago or something when I played it again, because I haven't even seen that one yet. so much better.
I remember seeing that the last time I played this. In August
And
last
here
year.
we go.
Here's a few things that you've made already.
Yeah, so the Gauss pistol, actually the arms are me as well. The arms are me because we needed to replace them, and because we had some placeholders and they weren't doing it, so we replaced them. And then the pistol is Half-Life 2 pistol with loads of combined shit strapped to this. I think this is the first model I made for Entropy 02, the Pulse pistol. And I still really like it.
Yeah, it held up very well, I would say. It's very iconic looking, in my opinion. Has a good silhouette.
Yeah. So that was an important one to get right, obviously. And then these bloodlions as well. I didn't make every variety of bloodlions, so there's also workers and guards. Didn't make those, but they were based off of my antlion. I made this one. What I did with this is I basically made the red abdomen, and then I used the same material settings as the antlion worker to make it glow like that. So yeah. Oh. Every single time I've played this, I've forgotten to press that button. There's some dead antlions. But yeah, the abdomens was me on that one.
Nice.
This area was changed from the demo, right?
Yeah.
Well, it went through several iterations. It used to be like a theater of sorts at one point. I think this is definitely a good version of it. I never liked the huge screen.
Yeah, this is a lot different from the last time I saw it. Yeah, this is much better.
Yeah. Also, I kinda missed like the big screen.
So make sure to sit around after the dialogue is over, if you haven't done that before.
I have not.
Okay, then just sit still after the talking is done for a little bit.
I would hope I'd be getting the perks they promised me.
Hey, look at that battery on the top. I have actually never seen that.
Oh.
Nice. Is the zombie assassin from easy to same alternative the one we will see on RTB?
Okay.
Well, it's an older version of it.
Yeah, we've reworked that model a couple times, but in order to help them kind of stand apart, we just left Easy 2 with the oldest one. But that one already had some edits of its own.
Someone says you can get 200 armor from this room. I'm not sure how. I have never found more than 2 batteries myself. But yeah, there's... Wow, okay.
Oh,
Today I
nice.
learned there's batteries everywhere. Nice. Whoa.
That one's a
Probably
little
shoot it.
Maybe shoot it from the side.
Oh yeah, but how?
Oh.
Oh, like that, I guess. No. That'll do it. Alright, let's find that last one then. I already knew. Oh, there we go.
Hey, wow, those are
That
pretty
is
raw
that
even.
is a very interesting little
Yeah.
thing there, Frost. Good eye.
That's cool.
I didn't know that. I knew there was a couple, because there's always been a couple in there, but quite interesting that there is enough to get 200 right away.
A good way to start off hard mode, I suppose.
Yeah, that'll help us to on hard. Is there an achievement for beating this game without dying?
No.
Okay. Entropy 01 has an achievement for that.
Oh Christ. It also has one for dying for like 100 times or something.
All ground teams, escort, protect, deliver. Unit 3650.
I don't think there's more than 200, Sion. I didn't see any more than 200.
There very well could be. I mean, I haven't even spotted those before. I've seen just the two obvious ones.
Failure to comply will result in perk termination.
Yeah, apparently there's even more. Okay.
Well, I'll believe the
God.
man who told me there was 200 in the first place. So, fair enough.
Yeah. Thank God there's no achievement for that one. I wouldn't have gotten that. Someone says, I hope RTBR won't have any achievement for carrying something with you for the whole game. So don't go. Trigger the flashback sequence. You need to look towards the windows when you stand next to it. Next to the thing. Maybe other side.
Oh
There
yeah.
you go.
Oh, I didn't notice it here.
Oh? No? Okay. I remember it was broken at one point. It was like checkerboard.
This is a really cool like area that references Entropy 01.
Yeah, but someone says they hope they won't have to do an achievement where you have to carry an object throughout the whole game, and I don't think we are planning that because everyone hates it on the team as far as I'm aware.
Yep. So the grenade model was new. It's the Half-Life 2 grenade model, but much improved. The flashing red light was added by CW, not me, but the model itself is just improved.
Is it like an animated texture or something?
Yeah, it's a texture proxy.
Nice.
This AR2 model was also new, because obviously what I did was I made improved view models and then I ported them into the world models, but the world models look better as well. But we'll handle that more later.
Are the combined security guards like change queue?
In the previous words.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't believe so. They just have new animations.
Yeah, they're map-based related things for yeah. They're map-based related things which just kind of help it look a little bit better for the idol. Whoop!
Oh!
Not what I
Well,
meant
good
to
thing
do.
you got him then. It was a rebel after all. Ah, yes, my favorite line in the fucking game.
Right, so this is the AR2 model. May not look that different from here, but this has been considerably worked because you can look at it from all angles and it exists and the geometry exists. This was the hardest one for me to do. This one, most of the weapon models I did in like 2 or 3 hours. This one took me a whole afternoon and I had to leave it for the next day to wrap it up because I was getting
But
frustrated
it is
working on it.
disgustingly bad, the view model originally.
Disgustingly bad, the original, and it took a tremendous amount of work to make it really usable. Because the thing is we wanted to reanimate it, right? And the problem with Half-Life 2 is the weapon view models only have the geometry that they need that's visible. Sion wanted freedom when animating, so I needed to make full models of every weapon view model, right? Not too hard to do with like the SMG and stuff, right? But bloody hard to do with this when there was no good reference. So a mixture of
It's also very asymmetrical everywhere.
yeah, very asymmetrical. This you can just kind of flip, you can just kind of mirror the SMG and then clean up the geometry, and it's kind of good enough. But the AR2 was significantly more work. So
Someone asks if the AR2 is gonna be a thing in RTBR, or it's gonna be sort of flare gun.
there will be a combine weapon that you can hold that's an analog for the AR2, but it will not actually be the AR2. We will not have an AR2 in the game as it stands, and it also won't be a flare gun. Specified. seeing it in a little bit more detail there. There's a few places that could probably be cleaned up further, but it was bloody hard to do in the first place.
John says he's glad that the reload doesn't do the replacing the whole box mag, even though that was actually a thing originally.
Yeah, look, that's the whole box mag thing is something that we moved away from for another weapon, but we don't think that approach to the weapon reload is inherently flawed. If it bothers you for whatever weapon, then you can actually just download a workshop add-on that's Scion made for people. So.
The thing about the box mag is like it's not bad. It's just it kind of became a trend.
Wait, I have a question. This takes place like during the first day when like the Citadel like went into. Yeah.
No, this takes place after the Citadel has already blown up.
Yep.
That is not revealed until, well, later, I suppose, like when exactly it takes place, but even then it's not really clear.
Since Mark Laidlaw said that episode 1 actually takes place after like a few days after Half-Life 2.
Personally, I'm not someone who really sticks to convention, John. I don't see anything as being sacred. I would have been fine if we replaced the box mag in the end. I would have been fine if we stuck to the plugs. But I'm also someone who doesn't like the AR2 anyway. I don't really like it. So I like it in Easy 2. I don't like it in Half-Life 2. I just don't like any weapon in Half-Life 2 really. But that's why I'm glad Easy 2 put so much focus on the weapon sandbox, because that's quite important for me. No! No, 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 no!
Oh,
that is not fair.
Nice grenade jump, good one.
I swear to God, I went sliding under there. I was gonna go get it.
Yeah.
I'm used to RTBR's grenades. That's the problem I'm running into.
Oh yeah, I also tried to put grenades. Not gonna lie.
I'm just used to cooking grenades for when I need them now. And,
it is so convenient, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's really hard to get used to the fact that you can't cook grenades. Once oh, that's recorded. Once you start doing it.
Honestly, the timeline of when Easy 2 takes place is not clear, and then there are certain things that that are said during the campaign that make you kind of question if the timeline is even, like, it can even line up with Half-Life 2's, episode 2, episode 1, whatever. But there's other aspects of the story that, in my opinion, kind of help alleviate such issues with time.
Oh, I don't have any more grenades.
Oh, yeah, you should have used the crates more. Yeah, even if the timeline doesn't line up, I don't really care. But there's other aspects of the game that actually kind of do explain it away if you really wanna have it explained away. So I think it's honestly fine. Also, did you know that if you pick Empires, you flip them over on their back?
Yeah, yeah, and then you like that.
I think it's helpful in hard mode when you get overwhelmed.
I forgot I'm playing in Half-Life.
Yeah. Well, you're not gonna forget it eventually when you run into a really nasty place.
I really like how this chapter remixes the Nova Prospect maps. It's like familiar, but also it introduces some aspects to the player.
I still have to say that I think this is my least favorite chapter. Not because it's bad, but just because the other chapters have so much more going on in terms of just everything.
Yeah, I think with this chapter as well, for me, it's a case of this is one of the few chapters that has remained quite similar throughout the entirety of development.
It's a very old one.
There are chapters that have really significantly changed.
True, yeah,
But
yeah.
this one has generally remained pretty consistent. Obviously individual pieces have changed, you know, gameplay has been improved, features added.
Yeah.
And it's different.
It is good, but now with the improvements to Chapter 0, with all the dialogue and everything, even that I think is somehow more like interesting than Noah Prospect.
To be honest, this has been like one of my favorite chapters because of its simplicity.
Well, I mean, it had its own unique gameplay mechanics, which is something. That at least helps it stand out. So there's a grenade crate nearby that you should probably pick up before you run out again. I think you actually ran out already.
I'm taking point. So, what's the deal with this place? Who let the bombs here? You guys don't sound must be the lack of.
Oh, I think you mean that in an area, actually. Yeah, should have paid more attention. Yeah.
Yeah, as I
There's
say,
an area.
Hmm?
Yeah, there's an area that if you go to, there is like the workers show up earlier, but now we cannot go back there.
Oh, no worries. As I say, I only made the normal antlines. I didn't make workers behind or the guard that shows up. They are based off of what I did for the normal antline, but yeah. The variants of antline are also like sort of based off of the red one. Like they're just reskins, I believe. But yeah.
Someone is asking, are we going to see any Half-Life Uncut enemies in RTBR?
Maybe in like a reference. I don't think of the main ones in the gameplay I've actually got planned. It's mostly Half-Life 2 cut NPCs for RTBR. I was about to say, does Entropy 0 add me, but I remembered the Stuka bats. That one almost didn't make it in.
Yeah.
I'm glad it did, but it almost didn't. So, if you're wondering why these antlines are red, by the way, it's because they're they are in the feeding season or something. I think it's meant to be.
Or they are angry.
No,
Yeah,
it's
they
not.
are in
It's not
some
just
sort
that they're
of
angry.
season. Yeah, I think you should bring the other sentry as well with you.
We'll put this one maybe like there as well. If I put these two here, and then put these guys. Like,
Oh, sorry, but I have to go. I have to do some stuff.
no worries. Put like
Alright.
these guys.
Bye bye.
Have fun.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I find it weird how you can detonate those charges even without arming your own.
Alert. Major biotic activity detected. Cluster sterilized perimeter for extraction.
Well down. That's two. Wheel down.
Where's the last one? Oh, there's the last one. Okay.
Yeah, it's in the...
This fight is very
What
different than
are
it used to be, by the way. Very different already. I know this was different though, because this was the main thing people complained about in all the stages of Destiny.
I actually fought for a good minute or two before realizing I actually had to do something else. So I was used to just shooting. I
There
do
we
think
go.
the god is a bit easy to kill, but
Well, two turrets plus I didn't use any of my SMG grenades. I remember you can use them on the hives, but I don't trust myself around SMG grenades. So
yeah. Someone says they can't hear the music. Can you look at your sound settings for a second?
it is pretty quiet. I'll turn it up.
You
a
should
bunch.
put it all the way up. Put it all the way up.
Yeah.
Because then it's gonna play at a normal volume of sorts.
I'll
That's
turn,
a good.
I'll turn up a bunch more. Yeah.
That's a good call because music in this game is really good. So
Yeah.
you should have that on.
Oh, I made this as well. You don't see it very
yeah,
long, but I made this as well.
Now you do see it later too, whenever there's a dropship container on the
But I
ground.
made this dropship model as well.
And they also use this for other places where they deploy.
Well, if we can, if we see another one, I'll look at it in closer depth. But the main things you want to keep in mind is that I just basically added glass to the door. That's the main thing I did. But yeah.
Well, shit.
Okay. Let me get the YouTube chat back up. Oh, you can see it in a bit more detail. Okay, we'll stay in here for a minute. I didn't add these ridges, they were already there. I did add these kind of lights in the top. I added this kind of porthole as well. And this thing here as well, I added. The actual door itself, with all the indentations here, and also the glass, added that as well. And there are a few more details, but basically when I touch up a model, even if all I'm doing is all I'm doing is like meant to just be adding stuff, I tend to rework it a bit anyway. So there's some edges that have been beveled off and stuff like that on this thing to look just generally a little bit better. But the main stuff is on the interior because that's what it was for, and that glass window. As I say, there's a lot of little things I did as well, but sometimes I forget I did.
I haven't seen one of these in a long time.
Yeah, so this is for RTBR's MP5K, which I think we've shown in a video as well, but we share it with these guys.
I think it's actually been shown in 2 videos now, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I did stuff to the slams as well. Is there a little bit of missing texture on there? There is. That's interesting. What about
What?
those? Look
Really?
at that, on the underside. Bit of pink.
Oh, what the?
No idea what that is.
Huh. Peculiar.
But yeah, I did something to pretty much every weapon model, so I'm not going to go into great depth about all of them. I think the AR2 is the only one that was worth talking about for as long as I did. Just if you see a weapon model, I did something to it. I will talk about the more specific weapon models, including when we're done with this playthrough, eventually, in a couple streams' time. I'll talk about some of the things that 1 or 2 things that didn't make it in, but I still worked on. I didn't just do hard surface stuff, I also did critters. In fact, I did quite a lot of critters, and we'll get there when we get there.
And a slam.
And a plant, which might not be in the game anymore.
I don't think it is.
No, unfortunately it's not. There's 2 things cut from the game, and one of them is a big thing, and the other one's not. Right, here I'm going to try and show
Oh
off the
yeah,
mechanic.
right. Well, actually, one of those moves is still in the game technically.
Oh yeah, well like in the game, but not like in the game.
Yeah.
Surrender.
You should pick up the crowbar for a unique one.
Worthless.
So, there is a detainment mechanic in this game that I will be honest, there was a point at which I didn't like it so much for various reasons which I won't get into, but what I changed my mind on this the first time I saw someone play.
Terrible mistake.
No, sit down.
Sometimes I wonder how I ended up with you.
Should throw the crowbar out of the bounds so he doesn't pick it up.
The first time I saw someone actually detain someone on the stream and their reaction to it was incredible, and that single-handedly changed my mind on it, basically. Truth be told, that's a really cool detail, isn't it? It was a furry YouTuber.
It was that person.
Who actually was a real joy to see play this, because they paid a lot of attention. More attention than you would expect a streamer to play. Yeah, I know. Settle down. That's me. Anyway. It's fine. I'm not that fussed about
It's a
it.
war crime, I think.
Yeah, well, you know.
Well, you know, you're a tyrannical psychopath, so it's fine.
Yeah. So the actual detainment mechanic is kind of in there in response to some criticism from some people about the fact that they felt bad kind of playing the game. About like just being absolutely merciless all the time. And some of the developers kind of agreed as well. There are things I agree with in terms of us toning it down. Like, for example, one of the response lines for killing someone used to just be saying bitch. I'm gonna wait for a minute 'cause it's a bit loud.
Yeah, there's a whole army coming in over your head.
There used to be a response line where when you killed someone, he would just go bitch. And what happened once is Breadman kicked the weapon out of a female rebel's hands, and he chased her through a couple of rooms, shot her, and then Bad Cop went bitch. And Breadman was like, "Oh, that's a little bit much." so there is stuff like that I agree with, and I'm able to personally, I am able to separate myself out from the fact that I'm not actually Bad Cop. But I understand for some people that's not easy, and those people probably don't play like GTA and stuff for the same reason, and I understand that. And ultimately, you are a bad guy in this, and I don't think it's preachy, but I think HB02 makes it pretty clear it sucks to be the bad guys in this universe.
I just really wish that this was retroactively put into Entropy 01, the detainment mechanic, because I think it would be amazing in that one. It would make so much more sense.
Yeah. But the detainment thing is something which originally it didn't really appeal to me specifically, but when I saw other people enjoying it, I was like, this is good. We're going to take a very brief intermission here whilst I just say goodnight to my girlfriend, and then we'll get right back to it. I'll be back in 5.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Hello. Hello?
Hello.
Hello. There it is. Okay, right. How many viewers do we still have? Wow, we still have a fair amount of viewers. Hello, people. I'm back. I'm back from saying goodnight to my girlfriend. I don't have the chat open anymore because she is on my phone on WhatsApp. So she has company while she goes to sleep. So, Kat, I am doubly reliant on you reading out relevant messages for me. But that's alright.
No worries.
Been doing a great job. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to sound condescending. You are doing a great job. I wasn't being there. Right, anyway. Moving on.
Thanks for the context, very important.
You're welcome. I don't think there's anything that can be gained by going up here, so... Oh, but there is something that can be gained by going around here.
I'm honestly not sure. I'm sure I missed a lot of secrets.
Yeah, there are lots
I know
of
of a secret in the next map that you might not know about.
Oh, I didn't add them to my squad yet. Come on, boys.
Yeah. I feel like these guys should automatically be added to your squad, but... You know, you can also breach those by just throwing the slam at them.
Fair enough.
It's much quicker. Any thoughts on adding ward zombies in RTBR?
No.
Yeah, I don't feel like it fits.
Yeah, don't mind them in Entropy 0 by any means. I like them in Entropy 0, but no.
I think they are really cool in Entropy 0 too.
Metro
but...
zombies, maybe. Water
Oh
zombies.
yeah, Metro zombies we have thought about before.
We have a very interesting idea in mind for zombie soldiers and Metro cops, don't we? We'll see how that plays out. I'm not going to talk about that here, because it's nowhere near ready yet. We'll see how that plays out.
Open for business.
Now this is a combat sequence that a lot of people complain about. I don't know how I didn't kill either of them, but yeah.
Well, run behind them and they are tough bastards. You are playing on hard as well, don't forget.
This is good. Oh, hello.
Someone said, I like how you're casually opening doors during a raid. That's true.
Oh. Did I lose
You're
a
never
soldier?
gonna get that. Never gonna get that kick open $60 achievement. Just wait for it.
Oh yeah, good point. Right.
Nice.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you always have 3 soldiers and then you find a 4th one.
Oh, okay,
soon.
right. So I haven't lost one. There's an achievement
No.
for keeping all 5, right?
I think you just need 4.
No, I think you need 5 because you need the 4 normal ones and then Scar 0.
You might be right. I had a problem with that achievement. I don't remember exactly. I think.
The achievement icon used to show 4 during testing, but it is actually 5, so it got
Oh.
updated to say 5.
I see. Okay. Then probably, yeah.
Kind of, I have to be careful with these guys if I don't want them to die.
They do regen health passively.
No, I know, but these guys are just fucking helpless. Besides, Roller Mine's invincible, so they can just go do the job. Go on, Roller Boy. Hello. Okay, I don't know what that was. They killed someone.
Yeah, I think someone snuck up through the other route in that Y-shaped junction. Our zombie assassin is going to appear in Quarry Town.
Maybe. That would be a good place for him to appear, wouldn't it? Oh, those are decals on the desk, I think.
Jesus.
There's no way that retexture would have made it through.
Nah.
Someone would have brought that up at some point.
That is just how the desk is UV'd.
Hello. Oh, no!
But
No,
that's
come
the
on.
5th soldier.
God damn! One up. Listen, I'm alright at video games. One up's worst possible fucking nightmare happened when we were watching a stream the other day. Because one of his worst nightmares was that people would be using the detainment mechanic not for detaining rebels but for executing them.
Oh,
And
no.
we were watching a streamer and they detained rebels for like...
That's interesting.
Hey bro, relax. There's enough room for all of you boys. There it is. I think they're getting a bit stuck because of the man.
Yeah, and they also are like trying to avoid the manhacks, I think, because they are kind of spooked by them.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's kind of spooky. Hey bro, look, it's alright. You can do it. I believe in you. Yeah, there was one guy who was detaining them properly, the furry actually. He was detaining them properly and it was going alright. I mean, he detained one rebel, brought a gas can to them, and then blew up the gas can and lit the rebel on fire. And what
Shit.
we were webcamming that day, the whole team. We've never done that before. We were just webcamming the whole team that day, and
Just complete mortified faces.
yeah, I was laughing my ass off because I was like, I knew that was gonna happen at some point. But One Up's face was of absolute horror when he saw someone actually do that. It was like,
That's kind of funny.
he was like, oh my god, that's the one thing I didn't want people doing with this mechanic. It's like
I
whatever
feel
if
like
you
there
just shoot
could
them,
be
right?
like unique lines for when you kill
Whoa!
unarmed rebels or something. Oof, that
was close.
fat finger.
I'm sorry, I have heavy fingers, alright? So sometimes I accidentally click things I don't mean to. Alright, there is an Easter egg in here, but oh my god, the roller mine follows me too!
So you do know about the Easter egg in here?
Yeah, I do. Damn.
I found it accidentally when I was looking for the Arbite recordings, because I had no idea where like the last one was in here. And I got desperate and I no-clipped around and I found it accidentally.
Yeah, roller mines are kind of overpowered, really. Because they cannot be hurt. By the way, it's possible
Well,
to
they can
platform.
be.
Well, with explosives they can be, but most of the rebels just kind of run around going, ah! It's possible to platform up there, by the way, to break the sequence and do some funky stuff. One Up told me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage it though, because I'm not very good with platforming at the best of times. That one guy needs to chill. He keeps going. He's just going. I might take some of those up. Basically, there's an RPG up there.
Yeah. Also a creepy G-man decal on the end of the corridor.
Yeah. That's one of the Easter eggs I know about, that I haven't seen anybody else go for yet. These Arbite crates were retextured by Blix, but I fixed the UVs, because the default Half-Life 2 UVs are really naff. So on this crate, usually, all of these faces are flipped so that they look a little bit different. You can see it on there. But then when you do a retexture like that, and you don't then realign the UVs on the faces, they're just all at, like, different angles. And it was really awkward looking, so that was fixed. But Blix's retexture is pretty good.
So John says there is no real benefit to keeping rebels alive after detaining them, which is not quite true because you can actually get them to either heal you or now that's also now there's also ammo that they can give you
and
based on their weapons, I believe.
And the point of the detainment mechanic, and this is something that that originally I didn't think was a great reason, but I actually think it's a good reason after seeing people who enjoy the mechanic play with it. The point of the detainment mechanic is not actually to add a gameplay mechanic to the game. It is pure. It is like a role-playing thing, right? It's like, do you want to be a bad cop that mercilessly kills every single person you come across? Go for it. Now, do you want to be a bad cop who detains some rebels? Go for it. Do you want to be a furry streamer that detains one rebel, puts a gas can next to him, and then sets him on fire? It was this woman here. This woman here.
Oh.
He detained her. He took this gas can. He put it next to her, and then he like just set it on fire. And as I say, 1UP's face was great. Anyway, so the mechanic is not there for gameplay benefit. If you don't see a use in it, don't use it. I'm not using it. You'll see I'm making literally.
Oh yeah, one
zero
interesting
effort to
thing
use it.
is that if you don't use it, then the soldier's behavior will also follow that. Once you detain one person, the soldiers will also try detaining rebels when they can, which is really interesting, I think.
Yeah.
So they will help you detain, basically, once you detained successfully.
Yep.
Otherwise, they don't.
But yeah, so the system is not there for like ultra cool gameplay reasons. It's there so you can decide if you want to be a bad guy or an absolutely bad guy. As I say, I have no qualms with just shooting everybody I see. So
Here's my counterpoint to detaining in Entropy 02. Entropy 01 it would be perfectly adequate because you're a cop and you're not taking on like a whole like incredibly important task that you are in Entropy 02. But the biggest problem with I think with Detainment and Entropy 02 is the context of the fights, which is the rebels are protecting Judith Mossman, one of the most important people in the resistance, and also something even bigger that's beyond everybody. It's like an incredibly important thing that let's not point it out.
Yeah.
But it is like of unimaginable magnitude of importance. And if you were someone who was protecting something like that, fighting for it, surely you wouldn't just give up once someone kicked the gun out of your hand.
That's kind of the point I did make. I did kind of say there are some rebels here where I feel like would be fighting with their bare hands, right? Like,
yeah.
like when the chips are down and it's like you've got to hold these guys off for like a couple more seconds,
Yeah,
or they win
exactly.
and humanity loses. I think my understanding was that I feel like if you were a rebel in that situation, you would fight with your bare hands, even if it meant you wasted a couple more seconds of a guy's time who was going to kill you. I feel like that's what you do. However,
I
again.
think so.
Oh. Whoops.
I do have also with the AR2. Like, you are supplied with AR2 balls quite often, for some reason.
Fuck you. Yeah. I mean, I understand the counterpoint. I think it's just I've come to terms with the mechanic as something that's a role-playing thing, and that role doesn't fit me. So I've just kind of moved on from it. There was a time I would think more on it than that, but if you don't see a use, don't use it. I don't use it, and I'm still enjoying the video game. And some people who use it will enjoy the game more. These used to be brushes, by the way, and then they were turned into models with proper, you can tell.
Yeah, weren't they also like actual props at one point from somewhere or something?
No.
It's like a Mandela moment for me because I swear they were at one point.
Yeah.
You can one-kick these, yeah. I think those boxes were specifically made that you can kick them once and be fine.
That sure was weird on the screen. Okay, now the jumper rebels I did do, and they are a pretty major model, but this is a really difficult area, so we're just gonna deal with this, and then I'm gonna...
make sure the boys are stay put, because they are gonna land.
Come back!
Yeah.
Come back!
I don't know why, but they are really jittery in this area.
Go there, and stay there. They're like,
There you go.
oh bro, what is it? Okay.
I would, if you wanna keep them out of like the whole segment, I would recommend putting them at the like start of the map even, because there's gonna be quite a lot of enemy movement.
Yeah,
around.
I just don't want to not get the achievement. I would kind of like to 100% this. That'd be nice. I'm probably gonna do the challenges as part of this playthrough, but like right at the end.
Oh boy,
or something.
that's gonna be a time. I'm telling you. Someone is asking, which is actually a good question. Crap, I lost it. Where is it? Yeah, I've always wondered why the code 3650. It's actually a very simple answer.
Yeah, it's because Breadman started making Entropy 02 10 years, I think, after episode 2 came out, and so he just multiplied it by 10. But one thing I pointed out to him is that in that time there would have been 2 leap years, so there actually would have been it should have been 3652 technically, because there would have been 2 leap years in that time. But it's 3650 because Entropy 01 started 10 years after episode 2, and 365 multiplied by 10 ostensibly is 3650. So there you go. That's the reason for that. God, they really went for it.
Yeah, this room is a little dangerous.
Okay, well that's that.
Johnny is saying that the jump kit rebels seem out of place and never explained. I don't think it needs. I don't think the mod needs to go out of its way to explain it. Like if you just look at them,
they kind of explain themselves, honestly.
Yeah, and I mean if you play the mod through, then you just connect the dots of like, oh yeah, they got this equipment because so and so.
So it's
I don't think it's that deep.
So it's basically a harness. This was a bitch to rig, by the way. It's basically it's like on RTBR, I don't have to be the one that rigs the stuff that's a bitch to rig, because sometimes I am, but a lot of the time Val rigs better than me anyway, so he should be rigging it. But it was me or no one on HV02, so that became that. Right, these jump rebels, well, you see they're wearing longfall boots. This thing's like a harness. They've got like tau cannons on the back of them for jumping about. It's like a thing of, haha, isn't it cool that they can tau cannon jump, but also they're wearing long jump boots and they've got the other stuff, so they're like, and they've got like a little mini rocket turret on there, but it's not got a rocket on it, obviously, it's just like a little camera, or like, I like to think, now, there's nowhere this is written down, right, and look, it doesn't always have to be written down, I'm the developer, I get to go, this is what I think, but I like to think that that little camera is like the rebel doesn't control this really, but like the camera is kind of like calculating height and stuff all the time, and calculating velocity and all that, and trying to work out the right way for someone to, oh, that's what the workshop add-ons for.
Oh yeah.
Trying to calculate the right way for them to take off and land and stuff, and cool shit like that. I thought it would be cool if there was a deployment at some point where you played as a jumper rebel.
Oh, that would be sick.
That would be really sick, I think.
You know, I gotta be honest, the first few times I played through the game, I didn't even realize they had tau cannons on the back. I just chalked it up to, oh, they have some aperture tech strapped to them that makes them jump high, and that was that for me. I didn't, like, weigh the lore in like, oh, this is not sensible. I was just like, oh, they have aperture stuff.
Oh, I did also do the brute rebels. I haven't mentioned them because they're a smaller thing. I didn't make the arm things glow. Lix did that for readability at one point. He did that to brute rebels, medic rebels, and normal rebels, so that they all are more readable. These guys are already pretty readable because they have loads of glowing shit on them. But the brutes have this face shield, which I think I made some skins for, and then they have the arm thing. There you go.
The insignia.
The insignia, and they also have a red beanie instead, which is a small detail, but it's just meant to like signify that they are.
I think, honestly, the insignia is like the first thing I always notice when I see them, and then the red beanie because of the shade. I don't know why, but I notice it faster than the helmet somehow.
Well, these glow in the dark as well, which probably helps.
That is definitely a good change.
Yeah. So the oh, and also this is a model.
Yeah, right.
This is like a little bit where I can talk about the fact that there are like most of the stuff I did for Easy 2 was kit bashed. because Easy 2 is going for better looking than Half-Life 2, but adjacent to Half-Life 2, right? Was the brief when I spoke with Breadman 4 years ago when I joined the team. He wanted stuff that could fit into Half-Life 2 from a fidelity perspective, but was maybe a bit better looking, right? So that was the idea. That's why there was a lot of kit bashing. When I model for other projects of mine, like burn equation coagulation or RTBR, I do a lot of scratch modeling, and that's because I'm more fussed about just trying to make the asset I really want to make, and then, you know, I'm not really fussed about it fitting into Half-Life 2. But that was an important thing for Breadman, which is perfectly fine. Teach your own, and that's why a lot of this stuff is kit bashed. So you can tell every individual element I got from this. You know, all the different parts and everything I put together. I did improve elements, and I added Fong, as you can see, to like the stuff like that, and you know, and there are like there's grunge and stuff like that. But a lot of this stuff was kit bashed, basically. Is how that boils down to.
It definitely serves the aesthetic in a fitting way.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the toilet. You know, it's funny looking at stuff like this, just how much stuff is actually teased in advance. Didn't really think about it. Yeah, it is very interesting. Okay. Did I do anything else here?
Well, there's that vent in the toilet that you can get into if you grab something you can climb.
Oh yeah.
There is not much around, TBH.
This might be enough?
I think you'll have to prop climb a little bit, maybe.
It's non-solid anyway, because this is debris prop now.
Oh, I think it's usually is solid, but I think you shot it and it exploded into trash, which I think makes it debris, perhaps. There's not much in that vent anyway, it's like a few AR2 secondary fires.
Not the end of the world. Alright, moving on. Let's progress. I did actually model stuff from scratch as well for Entropy 02, just to clarify. There were some times when kit bashing just wouldn't cut it. Some of the Half-Life 1 remodel props, for example, and there's a couple of cases like that, which I will remember as I remember them. I haven't actually talked about the shotgun yet, which had the second most involved model besides the AR2. So the AR2 had the most involved model of the standard weapons. There's a couple of other things to talk about later. Like, obviously, the pulse pistol was very, very involved, but I don't count that as a standard weapon. That's like a new weapon, right? So for the shotgun, this one obviously was reconstructed so that you can look at it from all angles. From the back, I took the SPAS 12s back from Left 4 Dead 2 and strapped it to the back of the Half-Life 2 shotgun, and then I enhanced the texture of the Half-Life 2 one and changed the texture of the Left 4 Dead 1 to make it fit in a bit more. If there's been some people who have been going, are you using M-Mod shotgun? No, but M-Mod did the same thing we did. So that's why that's why it looks like we're just using M-Mod shotgun, because they did literally the same thing that we did. They used the back of the Left 4 Dead shotgun, and they strapped it to the back of the SPAS 12. Oh, this bit, yeah. Pretty sure I fucked this one up the first time I played it.
You should definitely quick save when you're on this countertop. Oh! Well, yeah, you could think you saved before that, actually. Jesus.
Oh, that almost went right. Being very dainty with my picking up of things now.
Oh god. Oh god. You know, you can blow them up after they do that too. So I assume you're not gonna go for all of the Arbite recordings either.
I guess I could do that. Is there an achievement for doing that?
There is, yes.
I probably should do that then. Have I missed one then?
Not sure. I think the first one was in the control room where you see the rebels leaving through the airlock.
Okay, I did.
If you picked
I
up
did,
one of them.
I did do that one.
Okay, then you should go back into the trip mine and then throw a grenade through the vent, and then that should open it back up. Oh, you missed the part where they go with the trucks.
Right in Dunedin. I have heard these before. I've had to tease for something else I made, but we'll get there later.
Yeah.
As I say, I did not only model hard surface stuff for Entropy 02, I modeled quite a lot of other stuff too. This is a really great scene though. For the longest time, there was a developer text message that just said, put a Vista here. And there was nothing out there. So Blix actually did something about that.
Well, it used to just be one truck, like the Half-Life 2 truck just sliding, and now it's like a whole convoy.
Yeah, that was Blix that did that. It was very nice. Oh, hang on, no, I've slightly sequence broken this here.
Wait, how? What? Oh.
Oh,
I thought that
he
was
said
something. No, I don't think so.
I thought Bad Cop said something like, "Hey man, wait, I'm coming for you." Maybe that was talked about at one point, but not actually done. I have a detonate button on a mouse button, by the way. It's really handy.
How long have you been here?
This was reduced to 1 rebel, but in an earlier test, there was an entire pile of dead rebels in this room. Like, there was literally like 10 rebels, maybe, stacked high with like smears of blood on every wall. And that got toned down a tiny bit.
That's good, I think.
This is
I
a
should grab
Glock.
that recording too. Wait. There's also an MP5. If you pick up that pistol ammo, you can give him an MP5 instead, which I think is probably better for him. It's in the room leading to the button for the airlock.
Still haven't found the combine with the white armor yet.
So it's in here, in this area.
Nobody's quite sure how to interrogate it or...
That's also not a Glock. I think that's the left for that pistol that you can use in cold signal.
Oh yeah. But
Hold this position. Falling on me.
pretty much all of the Counter-Strike weapons, I think, are in this.
Yeah,
Because,
that is part
that's-
of map base now.
Yeah, that's for modding support as well in Entropy 0 specifically. To give people more to work with.
So you called the combine to you, just so you're aware.
Did I?
Well, it is supposed to be, but I guess they can't. I guess they got confused. That's probably fine because they're just gonna get mowed down likely. You should save before you press the button too, in case you wanna preserve your team members successfully. But this part can get pretty hairy.
This bit is still pretty tough.
Yeah. There goes Scar. You should dispatch of that sniper, probably. If you aim an SMG grenade at the... like... walkway above it, and then slightly upwards, you can... or do that, yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, Jesus. They should be shredded. You actually can climb into that sniper nest before the sniper spawns, by the way. It's just complete pitch black in there, there's nothing. Probably not intended.
Okay, I don't think that approach is gonna work.
They're in the control room!
Need to aim higher. You almost got it. There, that should do. I think it didn't spawn yet, though. No, it didn't.
This bit is still the toughest part, probably.
Yeah, Yeah. Doing this with the least damage challenge was quite annoying. Sniper's gonna spawn, watch out. Higher. There. Nice. I think you should go indoors after resupplying though. Because this out here is gonna get crossfired everywhere. This crosshair is gonna get wrecked, it's probably getting wrecked.
Whoa!
Hey, nice.
Good job, Scar Zero. This tends to be like the holdout room. I've never really played this area any differently than just kind of sitting in here. It's quite challenging to do, but I pretty much have only ever played on hard, so I feel like this would be... This arena feels more fair than it was when on hard before, but I've only ever played on hard for my testing.
Away from that one.
Okay, he's surrendered now. That one hasn't. Interesting.
Shot.
Not doing so hot for ammo, but that's alright. We have this thing. Oh. I do still have Star Zero, right? I do. Have to be careful here. I think this would be a little bit faster pace. Oh, that one T-posed. Sometimes that happens. I think it's also be a faster pace if I wasn't so worried about keeping the soldiers alive.
Alright, I'm back, sorry.
That's alright.
Did I miss anything?
No, I'm almost done.
Yeah, I see, it's very quiet now.
I think I might be the last one. I think it's the last one. Okay, now we just go back downstairs. Yeah.
You should now go dispatch of that trip mine. You should go all the way downstairs following the stairs, and there's gonna be a little section that is now open after you press that button. There is another recording.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and that's the one I kept missing.
Hang on. The furry that we watched as well, the furry VTuber, he come on bro. That's it. Attaboy. He also used a soldier to dispatch of that slam.
Oof.
Him. Hello? Okay, it's still a bit behind. Okay, hello. Right, I think it's
caught up.
Well, it will have skipped ahead now. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello everyone. We noticed there was a weird buffering thing and it got really stuck far behind. We jumped ahead a bit, but you didn't really miss much.
Don't worry guys, it's just a temporal anomaly, don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's a momentary madness. We got all 5 of the soldiers through the airlock.
We did get the recorder.
And we did get the recorder, yes. So, yeah. So it should be fine now. I restarted the stream for that. If it happens again, no worries, but we won't be streaming for that much longer anyway. Maybe like another 30 minutes or so on this session. So, yeah.
God, I didn't have this many people with me. Like this whole squad on my playthrough. I just used them as distraction when the big fight was going on in the warehouse. They are supposed to take up like positions.
You can't get them in there. They won't do it. I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
think.
They should have like these cover spots though, where they are like standing by the door and stuff. Doesn't quite work. Some of them I think don't work very well.
I'm taking point. What the? I've been waiting for you to show up.
Okay. I made him.
So,
He's probably one of the biggest ones I did.
Yeah.
This is also the only model designed with concept art.
impossible.
Oh, it had a concept art?
Yeah,
Was it
but-
ever publicly shown?
No, Breadman's wife did a little sketch and called it Clone Cop.
Huh, I have never known that.
Yep. And I incorporated all the details from her sketch. It was a pretty cute little sketch. It was kind of like a one-up from like a Stickman drawing, but I liked the idea, and it was enough to get the idea across. Remember this is what the bread wife drew. What do you think? And I said,
How did you do the exposed brain part, is my question.
So the way I did the exposed brain is I cut off the top of the elite helmet, and then I got the Strider brain, colored it pink, and folded in the weird like thing that he has sticking out, the Strider brain thing, like the brain stem. I folded in the brain stem, and I put it in the top of the helmet. The ribs were easy. That was just ribs from a zombie. And there are a couple of parts where there's exposed flesh on the model. What I actually did with that is I strategically placed them on parts of a model that had armor pads.
I see.
Then what I
That's
did
smart.
was the underside of the armor pad is still textured, but it's given a black texture in Half-Life 2 because it's not seen, obviously.
Yeah.
I removed the armor pad and then I textured the area that remained.
That is cool.
So it's actually
It
not.
also makes sense.
I
like
misremembered a
the
little
armor
bit.
is peeled off. That
I
makes sense.
misremembered a little, actually. What I meant to say was that on the areas where I wanted exposed flesh, I put the exposed flesh where the armor pad's texture is meant to be, is what I meant to say. I removed the armor pad. But did that, and then the manhack tubes as well were a thing I did. It's meant to be kind of like feeding him some kind of stimulant or something is what I had in mind. To like keep him
It does make him
alive.
look nice and animated.
Yeah. So, and then obviously I cracked the eyeglass. You know, I think it'd be really cool if Breadman found that little piece of concept art. I should ask him. I'm gonna send him a ping real quick and suggest it.
I wanna see it.
Breadman, do you still have that drawing the bread wife made of Clone Cop when I modeled him many years ago? That was like 3 years ago. Like I modeled. That was not one of my first models, but not like a long way in model either. That was like quite an old model. It may just be that if I actually scroll up in my DM with Breadman, I can find it. But obviously, I would like to ask him if he'd be okay with me posting it before I do, because he might want to keep it to himself for whatever reason, which is completely fair enough. It might be in the DMs with him. Here's where I made a plant. There's where we talked about the Borealis. Oh, there's where we talked about. Oh god, I'm only at 2019. Right. Talking to Breadman for a long time now, working on this mod and all that. Right, there's the Clone Cop texture. Oh, yeah, there we go. I see it. I see the concept art. I'm just gonna copy a message link in here. Never mind, I found it anyway, but won't post until he's okay with it. I'm just gonna DM him. Yo, I think we should share the clone cop concept art your wife drew. It's really cool. Anyway, yeah, cool.
I had no clue that the wife drew that.
Yep. So Breadman's wife drew that. To say that's the only asset that we ever modeled the concept art. But very interesting. That being the case, and it is one of those pieces of thing where it's like, I mean, it doesn't have to be, you know, like Picasso or Dali, right? It's
if it gets the idea across, then it's
it got the idea across really well. I was really I worked out what it was she was talking about, but yeah.
Does the Wilson model use a custom model done after the Portal 1 turrets, or is it just the same exact defective turret from Portal 2?
It is modified.
Yeah, it is the defective turret from Portal 2, but it's a modified version.
Yeah, it is modified. It's modified in quite a few ways, and then there's another, there's another modified turret model later on.
A fun thing about Wilson is that they have a whole system for facial flexes set up as you would set up facial flexes for NPCs, so he can basically just talk like normal NPCs would talk and emote, but he would use his eyes and flaps for it. Which I think is a very impressive bit of modding.
Yeah, that was Blixer set that up. It was really cool. Very useful. The choreographers. Is something I did in here. I vaguely recall.
Oh, it's gonna be on the way back, though not yet on the way back.
Oh no, there's something else I'm talking about. Not that. Not that. I thought I did something in here. Maybe not.
Not sure what it is then.
Okay, weird. Weird champ.
Monka, yes. You should look at the projector for a dialogue.
Oh, real? What kind of boat name is that?
That's it.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, okay, that's the first one.
Still a lame name for a boat. Rebels seem to be interested in it, though. Looks like the power's out. Now I gotta go back down to the generator room.
You'll be alright, lads. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Bald Head will protect you, don't worry.
Yeah, let me double check this. Yeah, these things having an off skin is what I did.
Ah,
That's the little thing I wanted to mention. Of course, this guy as well. Who is, we did this before Half-Life Alex, by the way. There's a lot of things we did, but Half-Life Alex also did, but I can't zoom in on him, unfortunately. There is an encounter with him later where we'll be able to zoom in on him. I'm not going to shoot him because I want him to stick around a bit.
You don't want to shoot your son.
Don't come down here because this is zombies. I didn't pick this off. Most of them is doing to your base.
Yeah, that thing is like a temporal crab kind of thing. That didn't originally have a new model. That was just a poison head crab that Breadman made blue. Using color proxies, even not actually on a retexture. So I made a whole new model for it.
Frosted, if you call the elevator before you turn the power back on, Plan B will scream all the way from the bottom of it. That's terrifying. I never knew that. Jesus.
Now I got stuck
Oh no,
here.
is the stream buffering again? Don't tell me.
It is being a bit slow, unfortunately.
I don't see the buffering happening though.
I don't know why it's being so awkward.
Yeah, sometimes it seems like sometimes it's fine and sometimes it's a little bit choppy.
Let me like just try closing a few things that I don't necessarily need open to reduce the internet bandwidth situation. Oh, I got a booster pack for 3D Mark. Thanks, Steam. I don't know what that is, but that's alright. I think it's a benchmarking software of some description.
God, I wish Entropy Zero had.
Yeah, there's a little bit of... What?
I wish Entropy Zero 2 had trading cards.
Yeah, me too. So I got a thing that came up that said stream is offline. Oh. Okay, the stream is... Okay, it's sort of working. I don't know why it's being weird, people. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, there's a little bit of dev commentary on this one. You can just watch back over the stream if you want more of it. I always get stuck here, honestly. But I believe you're meant to go this way, right? Yeah. I always struggle with the telegraphing in this area, personally.
Was it really necessary?
But it's alright.
Oh, now it's doing the buffering thing. Nice. Yeah. It is now doing the buffering thing for real.
We're giving it a good go of it, but it's not working out, unfortunately.
You need to turn the power on, by the way, if you're stuck.
Oh, I did turn the power on.
Oh, okay, wasn't sure. Is the buffering still happening?
It's still being a bit slow on the actual stream.
It is doing the buffering. Christ.
I don't know why that is. That's a bit awkward.
It seems very inconsistent with it.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to play for that much longer anyway, so we'll do a bit more and then I'll call it anyway. So. Yeah, anyway, the temporal head crab maybe we'll get a better look at it later. Yeah, this one has loads of text on it. I'm not going to say and watch all this right now because I've already read this before. But there are loads of little details like this. The reason why I double check every billboard, by the way, is because there's like 20 skins for the fucking billboards, so that One Up and Blix added.
That slideshow basically tells you how Orbite is human trafficking, basically.
Yeah, it's great.
What a nice company.
I want to work for them. What happened here? What happened?
Big vent, good airflow. Also, some kind of monster in there now. Great. 3650 to Overwatch. Keep our teams out of the vents. There's something.
Start the stream again. Hello folks, sorry about that. I don't know why this is happening again, but don't worry. We're just gonna end up jumping. I'm gonna cut this off soon anyway, because we've been streaming for 2-ish hours, and it's getting pretty late for me anyway. So we're just gonna sit here, talk to this guy, move on to the next area, and then I'll stop there.
Why me? You want this? Make it a specialist. And when you're done, they'll throw you out. Bullshit. I'm an asset to the Combine. Exactly. Why would they ever want to change that? They will never give you what you want, because that's how they control you. Forget about the Combine. Let's get what we want together. We don't need them. You expect me to believe that? You've lost it. Don't get in my way, or I'll have to put you down. Well, looks like we won't be working together. Having you around is just going to complicate matters. What are you planning? Think I'll put you in timeout to fix it.
Doesn't Clone Cop also say don't get in my way or I'll have to put you down, or am I misremembering?
He does, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, okay. I still said that it doesn't actually throw you down all the way. You have to move a little bit. Oof, flashbang.
Oh my god, that's a bit much, isn't it?
The hell, dude? That's a bit much, you say? Huh, that does work. What if you throw... Oh, that... I've never tried that, interesting. Oh, I see it's capped off at the top too now. There used to be a gap at the top where you could jump through if you stacked props, probably.
Jesus. God damn it.
My guns, my cheeses. God damn it.
Why do I always end up in places like this?
Stairs also out of order is pretty funny.
I do like that, yeah.
Where am I?
Don't know if any of these rooms have had stuff added to them, so I'm just double checking them all. Ah,
I
see, there's
don't
one.
believe so. No, this has been here before.
No, I mean I just there's a room.
Right.
Is this a soft lock if you jump down there?
No, you can get back up through those filing cabinets.
Oh, I see. Interesting. I wonder if those filing cabinets are there because that used to be a soft lock.
I think they always were there, from what I remember.
Hey,
At least,
who you calling
as far back
weird?
as the alpha, at
You
least.
are the one with two legs.
What the hell? Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm Wilson. I've been expecting you, you know?
You have?
Yeah, you're a clone. Said he'd make sure you end up here.
How do I get out of here?
You'll need me if you want to get back to the surface. I'll have to open some doors for you.
Fine.
Piece of cake. You'll see. It won't take us long.
I don't remember exactly what was done to Wilson's model, but a few things were
Alright,
done to
hold
Wilson's
me up in
model.
front of the door scanner.
But by various people, not just me. Mostly Blake's, actually.
See?
Yeah.
Easy. Let's go.
What is this place?
That is classified. That was a joke. So, they build test chambers here and test the testability
For what?
for testing.
Testing what?
Now, for that, it's hard coded. I literally cannot tell you.
Oof.
Is this place?
Platforming
Platform
strikes again.
movement.
That is classified. That was a joke. So, they build test chambers here. And test
Also, you
the,
can run. There you go. You can run while
testability.
holding objects.
I think it was added because of Wilson.
Testing.
I think so.
For that, I really can't tell you.
It is a
It's
good
hard coded.
addition.
I literally cannot tell you.
Stream okay still? Yeah, it is. Okay, good.
Yeah, it hasn't fucked up since.
It's showing 0 concurrent viewers. But I see
For me, it
people...
says 5.
Okay.
I don't think it's accurate at any rate.
A negative outlook on life
No.
can...
Okay, well, I think this is a pretty good place to end it anyway, because we just got Wilson, and this is before any big reveals happen, and I have to start talking about more stuff.
True.
There, we are going to call it, people. Thank you for tuning in for stream number 1 of, not really a developer commentary playthrough of this, but it's sort of, I guess, hello? Brain! Right. Anyway. Thanks for
What
watching.
an airhead.
One airhead, yeah. Thanks for watching. We're gonna be streaming this a couple more times until it's done, and then I will also stream challenges and other stuff like that. All right. So this will not be the only time. I might do the other one tomorrow morning. Not tomorrow morning. Tomorrow evening. About the same time. No, earlier than today probably. I don't know. This is quite impromptu, honestly. We've never really done streams like this before, but I just thought it'd be cool because yeah, I helped make this and I think it's cool, and I would like to stream the mods that other developers make if and when that's relevant. So you know, this is kind of like a prototype of that concept, I suppose. Well, anyway, thanks everybody who stuck around and watched from start to finish. We'll be picking this up tomorrow at some point, so just stay tuned on the RTBR Discord, Twitter, YouTube community posts, etc. For a thing about that. And as always, we will see you in the next RTBR stream. Thank you, and good night.
Good night.